That's awesome.
Hey,
I just found
guys,
it.
I'm
Good afternoon.
just heading to the Caribbean now at the airport.
Okay, good. You are actually going to the Caribbean?
No, I
Yay.
wish. No.
Evan, no, you're in your
Going
dream.
up to
You're
Philly. I'm going to go to Philadelphia and see family
You are. But where are you right now?
at the Atlanta airport in the
Wow.
lounge area.
Live and in person from the Atlanta.
Live and in person. And it's very weird wearing a mask every moment of the day.
Yeah, it is.
Is the lounge really busy, Evan?
There's probably about 20, 30 people in here.
Wow.
They only have two of the lounges open at the airport, F and B.
Evan, does it say you have to wear a mask to go in the Sky Club, or that's a given?
Yeah, they require it when you're walking in.
Yeah, I just spent a week. This is the first time I've left my home in, months. And I did go to Bald Head Island, which is the no cars. You have to go over on a ferry. I was there for a week with my family, and it's just weird. I was telling Whitney earlier, it's kind of like, you kind of feel like it's normal, but then you're wearing a mask in 95-degree heat. You have to wait in line to get into the grocery store or to a shop, and you're suffocating and, yeah, I'm glad I'm home.
Kelly, if I wear my glasses in honor of you and my loyalty to your my laptop.
Yeah, I can't see mine either. I'm like, they're just
and
for effect.
and not to make it even worse, they're progressive lenses.
Oh, Lord. Fun fact, two polarized surfaces facing each other cancel each other out, which is why you can't see anything.
Oh, is that right?
All of our screens are polarized so that they don't have as much
Oh, I
glare.
love your outfit. You look so cute.
I get to. Whose outfit needs to be shown off?
Who is
Speak
that?
up.
Christine Johnson. So far, you look amazing.
I've got makeup on. My husband's like, why are you wearing lipstick?
Right?
Got my bathing suit on, my new earrings, quarantine shopping, and a scarf.
Amazing.
Hey, Carol, I've got a song to play for the group, okay?
Okay, go for it, Marika. Look at you. You actually look like you were on a boat.
That's funny.
And you've got
Sings
some of
many
the
songs, including Don't Worry, Be Happy. So that's my side contribution.
I forgot to turn
Well,
my.
now we need Josh to play the guitar.
That's right. That is right. I
Josh,
did think one
pull
of
out the guitar.
Yeah, Josh, do a little solo concert.
But no, maybe the ukulele.
Yeah.
That might be more
I don't know
apropos.
if anybody's tried this Belmond cocktail, but I must say cheers to Janet because it's delicious.
Cheers.
I wanted to
what,
get one here at the bar,
Only
but they didn't have one.
Well,
Hey,
must be going to the wrong place.
it is 4 o'clock and we'd like to welcome everybody. For those of you who are new to these calls, and I do see a couple of new names here, we'd love for you to say hello to everybody and tell us where you're from and what your company is, what your role is with the company. So I see, who is this? Merita, if you're with us, you may have stepped away from your screen. And Melissa. Melissa, are you there?
Yes. Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, Melissa. Gosh, nice to see you, but we don't really see you, but nice to have you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy to be able to join these calls. So
Great. Who are you with?
I'm with bioMérieux. So we are a medical diagnostics company based in Durham.
Wonderful. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for being here. Merita.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi. Welcome to the call. Who are you with?
Thank you. I work with Tech Data. I'm a senior event planner for Latin America and the Caribbean.
Wonderful.
Merita.
Welcome. And I think Dee Gauss, you've been with us before, right?
I have. I'm Director of Global Accounts with Helms Briscoe, site selection for my clients.
Oh, it's wonderful. Welcome back, Dee. And Lynn Willison. Lynn, you're with us now.
Yeah, I'm I'm also with Helm Frisco, and I'm in South Carolina.
Oh, good. Good. So am I. So welcome.
Oh, okay.
Welcome. And I believe, I don't see any other new names today.
But I see Kay Mulkeen, and I want to say hi.
Where's Miss
because
Kay?
I think Kay showed up ready for the beach yesterday. She had to get that outfit out 2 days in a row.
I bet Kay wished she'd never left when she was there in March.
I left. I got her one day before they shut down. I wish I was stuck there.
Your family.
Being stuck there is not a bad gig whatsoever.
Amen.
Well, let me introduce how this call goes. If you have dressed up for the day, what we do is each week we ask that you go all in with your costumes and props and music and cocktails and whatever else you can bring to the party. And if you've done that today and you haven't had a chance to say hello to Kelly McAllister, who is our judge and jury for those efforts, then please do now if you'd like to be in consideration for her weekly prize package. Anybody want to speak up and introduce themselves?
Christine and Kathy, don't you
I'll
have
go first. I didn't know if you want me to talk again. I'm
Okay.
Christine Johnson. I'm with First Point Management Resources, actually transitioning clients from CCI to the National Board of Echocardiography in a couple months. And I just got the pictures from both Belmond properties. They look amazing. I've never been to either place. I went into my liquor cabinet airplane bottles and pulled out something I couldn't identify that came from an AENC trade show. I think it's some Sundog pink lemonade. Put my kids' fruit juice in with it, and there we go.
We're ready. I love it.
That worked. Anyone else?
I'm Kathy West. I own my own company, Bravura, and I just came in out of the water. I'm all wet, and I put the way I got in the mood. I didn't need a cocktail today. I think if you spray your body with Bain de Soleil,
you're good.
There.
Presentation is everything, I tell you, Kathy. Ann, you want to speak?
Yeah, hey. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
The last time I wore this outfit, I was at La Samanna.
Yay!
Several years ago, and it was wonderful.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cheers, Ann.
All right.
Okay, we see some cute hats. I want to just kind of shout out EJ and Connie and Amy Green and Kay. Y'all are adorable. And if anyone wants to show off for Kelly, now's your time. You gotta
My hat says just chillin'.
I love that. That's great.
Kelly, I have all my Maui Gym equipment. I'm ready to go to the beach. I've got my Maui Gym beach towel.
Oh, wow.
Got my Maui Gym sunglasses. I lost them on a hat. My Belmond Cap Juluca bag.
Yay!
I'm ready for the beach.
You're buttering up the judge, Kay.
She's on Let's Make a Deal.
I changed my background to the wedding party. I've got a few
Oh, how
pictures lined up.
sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Oh, that's so
Same
cute.
dress.
Oh, man. It's going to be another
That's
hard
cool.
day. Bridget just joined the call. Hey, Bridget. Someday she'll let us see her.
Hi. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm having a very late lunch, so that was why I was.
Hey, Bridget, if it's conch fritters or something, then you can bring that to the party.
Well, I'm drinking my Vita Coco pressed coconut water.
You need to add some rum.
Oh, you're right. It's only 3 o'clock where I am, though. Is it too early?
No, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, honey.
You're right. Island time. But while I continue to chew, I'm just going to go off camera for a minute.
Okay, Bridget,
you don't mind.
We appreciate that. All right. Now, we will. I'll introduce Carol in just a second, but we ask that if you're not speaking, I think most of you have muted yourselves already, which is very nice protocol. Thank you very much. I'm going to open up my chat box, and if you have any questions as we go along, you can please type them in the chat box and I will moderate those at the end. Now, I just wanted to let you know that today, we have not announced this, but we have a couple of prizes at the end of this call, and they're based on some trivia that will be brought up during the presentation. So you might want to take notes, you might want to pay close attention to some things, I'm just saying, and because Janet's going to be gifting 2 very special prizes at the end. All right, Carol, take it away.
Well, I just want to say that it's a delight and a pleasure to have Janet Wilbur with us today. I had the distinct pleasure and honor of spending my last birthday at both La Samanna and Cap Juluca. I had been to La Samanna many times, and I think it's just a perfect beach destination in the Caribbean, but I had not had the privilege of going to Cap Juluca, and I have to say I was completely blown away. I think my personal view is there are 3 resorts in the Caribbean that are so head and shoulders above everybody else that it's just really not a contest, and Cap Juluca is definitely one of them. They captured my heart. The service was spectacular, and you don't go anywhere without Janet Wilbur without having copious amounts of bubbly. So she's got a bubbly personality. We're super excited to have her share Cap Juluca and La Samanna with us today. And so welcome, Janet, and take it away.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. I am going to share my screen as we begin our journey. So everybody, we're going to the Caribbean, and it's a blessing and a curse because we really can't go, but we're going to go today with no temperature check, no baggage, and you don't have to worry about the excess weight we've gained during COVID because all of our clothes are going to fit on this trip to Belmond, Cap Juluca, and Anguilla, and Belmond, La Samanna in St. Martin. So allow me to share my screen with you as we take off on our little journey. Okay. Can you see my screen?
You're good.
Okay. Can you hear my cheesy background music as well? Or no?
Barely, not really.
That's good. Okay, now how do I get rid of this? I can't. So welcome to the wonderful world of Belmond, the most desirable luxury travel brand in the world. And I am Janet Wilbur. I'm the area director of sales for groups. I'm based here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I joined the wonderful world of Belmond in August 2018, so I'm coming upon my 2nd anniversary. My sales territory, of all that's listed, the most important for everyone on the call is the entire East Coast of the United States, from top to bottom. And anything that is 10 rooms per night or more is considered a group. And my contact information is below, as well as the Belmond website. So I'll cover, what we're going to cover today on our presentation is for both resorts, the location, destination, accommodations, wining and dining, experiences. I'll share the team with you, and then we'll have Q&A at the end. So first I want to share with you our location. Belmond La Samanna is in the French West Indies, and Belmond Cap Juluca is in Anguilla, which is in the British West Indies. Air access is plentiful from all major feeder markets into St. Martin, with the airport code being SXM. Air service is scheduled to resume into St. Martin August 1st, as of today. That's changes frequently, as you can imagine. And what the reason, you can see here on the right where it has those 3 lines that designate St. Martin and Anguilla. But what's so special about these 2 islands is there's also St. Bart's in the mix, which we don't have anything to do with, but it's kind of a nice triangle where if you make your way down to St. Martin and Anguilla, it's almost a crime not to bop over to St. Bart's as well, because that's certainly an aspirational island. So that is our location. Belmond La Samanna and Belmond Cap Juluca are ideal for high-end incentives, board meetings, executive leadership meetings, weddings, celebrations, and certainly buyouts are welcomed at both resorts. This picture that I've shown on the right is a bit of an aerial shot of Belmond, Cap Juluca. And over on the left portion is the main house and our 2 swimming pools. To the right is an exterior shot of Pim's and Chips, which are 2 restaurants. And then in the far distance is an important structure called the Event Pavilion. And that is where we host our large groups and banquets. And it's an incredibly beautiful shot. You'll see interior pictures as well. But that's a new structure that was built when the resort was renovated in 2018. So first we'll venture over to Anguilla. Anguilla is an incredible island. It was just recently voted the #1 island in the Caribbean by Travel and Leisure magazine. And it's the #1 island in the Caribbean, Bahamas, and Bermuda. Anguilla offers 31 stunning beaches, luxury accommodations, and a lively and inspired culinary scene. There's a tremendous amount to do. It kind of has a reputation as a bit of a lot of people think it's a sleepy island with not a lot going on, and there couldn't be further from the truth. There's 33 beaches, over 100 restaurants, a small population of about 10,000 permanent residents. And it does have an airport. You can fly directly into Anguilla. You can fly, say, from JFK or Atlanta into San Juan, and then you can connect into a smaller airline and fly straight into Anguilla. And we're about 12 minutes from the airport. And we're also about 12 minutes from Blowing Point Ferry Terminal. And to access Anguilla, otherwise, most people fly into St. Martin, and then they take the ferry over to Anguilla. The ferry is only 18 minutes, and it's a sea shuttle. You can either take private or you can take it shared, and they hold from 12 passengers up to 42 passengers. And it's quite a luxurious experience with beverages and music and the hospitality of the captains. This is an aerial photo of Belmond, Cap Juluca. This extraordinary beach is not photoshopped in any way. It really looks like this, as Carol can attest to. This beach is called Mondi's Bay, and it was voted the #1 island beach in the world in 2019 by Condé Nast Traveler. And though all of the beaches in Anguilla and St. Martin are open to the public, it's apparent that this is really utilized just for our guests. And something else you need to notice by this aerial picture is you see all of that furniture lined up on the sand. Every single guest room at Belmond Cap Juluca has its own beach furniture in front of its accommodations. And then if you look a little closer to the grass, you'll see these white structures that look tented. Those are bars, so that your server doesn't have to walk very far, and he can grab your cocktails and food and come straight to you right away, which is very important. And this is just a cool shot of our vintage combi. We have 3 of these, and these are how we get about the resort. We also can pick you up at the ferry terminal. We also have bicycles, and we have golf carts as well. This is the main house, which is your sense of arrival. This is the back view from the beach, and pointing out there's a pool. You see an infinity pool down below, and there's also another pool up top that's a little challenging to see. When the resort was renovated in 2018, Belmond purchased this hotel in 2017 from the family that originally built this back in the 80s. And then shortly thereafter, the hurricane hit. So what was scheduled to be a $50 million renovation became a $121 million renovation. And they also added 10 rooms. So it was 98 rooms, and now it's 108 guest rooms and suites. And the 108 guest rooms and suites are all ocean view guest rooms. And the breakdown of the 108 guest rooms equals 64 sleeping rooms and 44 suites. This is the main house, which is your sense of arrival. You can see that it's very open air and spacious. And this is where your front desk team welcomes you with a beverage. And this is one of the areas where you can have your check-in process. And with the level of luxury that Belmond Cap Juluca offers, you actually can check in anywhere you wish, whether it's in a hammock, whether it's in a lounge chair, whether it's in the main house, or they can even check you in upon arrival at the front, or they can take you straight away to your room so you can have privacy as well. This is, we're gonna go wining and dining now. This is Mondi's Club, which is one of my favorite spots. This is the inside bar and dining area. And this has a Peruvian theme, paying homage to the strong presence that Belmond has in Peru. So this features spectacular Peruvian tapas and specialty rums. And this is the outdoor dining area of Mondi's Club. So it's inside, outside. And then in between where these umbrellas are, there's a swimming pool there as well, which you can see in this shot. So every single restaurant at Belmond Cap Juluca offers ocean views and is all open air seating. And this is Chips by Cipriani. As you may know, Hotel Cipriani in Venice is our flagship hotel. So in homage to that hotel, we opened Chips by Cipriani with an Italian theme. And this is where breakfast is served each morning. And this is the terrace of Chips by Cipriani. And you can see toward the end of this terrace here, we actually have guests that quote unquote swim to breakfast each morning. And you just walk out of your guest room, swim in the ocean, and you'll end up right there at the end, and we greet you with towels and seat you for breakfast. And this is where we celebrated Carol's birthday dinner at the beautiful Pim's restaurant. And Pim's is open for dinner only and is a fine dining experience. And again, an open air, it's covered, but it's an open air restaurant. And where that table is in the center, there are big floodlights in the construction of the wall, and that's where the tarpon come up at night so you can feed the tarpon. And when it's high tide and full moon, the ocean actually comes into the restaurant. This is another favorite spot of ours, the Cap Shack. This is a new build as well. The Cap Shack is open for lunch daily, and the food there is amazing. The knot in this picture is the vintage food truck that sits in the sand that was shipped over from Brazil, which is where the kitchen makes our lunch. And this is a fantastic spot for welcome receptions for groups because it gives you a great view of the resort on your first night there. And since this photo was taken, we've added communal tables and hammocks and really enhanced this area as well. It's my favorite spot for lunch. Moving on to our accommodations. The guest rooms at Belmond Cap Juluca are just extraordinary. They are incredibly spacious. Our entry-level guest rooms are 790 square feet, which in most resorts would be considered a suite. And then we have 64 guest rooms of this size. And then from our basic guest rooms, we move to junior suites, which are 1,000 square feet. And then our one-bedroom suites start at 1,300 square feet and go up to 3,200 square feet. And this is our standard guest bathroom, which there's an author, Melinda Blanchard, who wrote the book, A Trip to the Beach. And they're the proprietors of Blanchard's, which is one of the most famous restaurants in Anguilla. And she wrote a little blurb about Belmond Cap Juluca in her book, saying that the rooms are criminally luxurious and bathrooms so large that they have their own gardens. And it's true. You can see, I'll show you here. Well, we have, this is your terrace. Every guest room has this view. So you have a back porch, and then here you can see you have a front porch. Outside of your bathroom, there's actually another terrace. The rooms are just absolutely spectacular. And I had to show you two shots of this terrace. The terrace is spacious enough to be its own apartment. Really spectacular. And this is a living area for one of our suites. And again, every single guest room at Belmond Cap Juluca offers these stunning ocean views. And that's the exterior shot of Chips by Cipriani and Pim's and the event pavilion. So to have only 108 guest rooms and to have 4 dining options and 3 bars is quite extensive for such a small, intimate resort. This is the interior of the event pavilion, and you can see just what extraordinary meeting space this is. It's quite unusual to have, everybody always says, well, we want our event space to have ocean views. Well, here you go. It's unmatched. And if it's not common that we have groups that do have meetings, but sometimes they do have to have that quote unquote IRS meeting. And to have meeting space like this with views is just unprecedented. We can accommodate up to 180 guests banquet style in the event pavilion. And then if you look past that seating area for 4, there's a lawn there that holds up to 240 guests. So if you have a buyout, which is 108 guest rooms times 2 people, 216, we have more than ample space. Experiences in Anguilla. At the resort, there's a plethora of activities from bicycles to a full water sports concession at the hotel with all non-motorized water sports being included in your room rate. We also have tennis, we have basketball, we have croquet, we have an aqua driving range, we have a world-class spa facility, and we have a new 2,600 square foot athletic center that rivals anything you'd find at an Equinox. And that's just at the resort. And in Anguilla, there's everything from golf to hiking. There's all water sports. There's a lot of island activities, off-island excursions, private island excursions, night kayaking, culinary tours, so much to see and do in Anguilla. And the golf course, there is golf in Anguilla, and it's about, I'd say about 12 minutes from the resort. Horseback riding, we call swimming with the horses, is also very popular in Anguilla. Things to remember about Cap Juluca. This is one of my favorite things when we welcome guests. We only, regardless of the size of the group, whether it's 12 rooms per night or 50 rooms per night, we only welcome 1 group at a time, regardless of the size. All event space is open air with ocean views. It was voted the #1 island beach in the world by Condé Nast Traveler. 4 dining options, 3 bars for 108 guest rooms. All guest rooms are beachfront with furnished terrace, and a villa host is assigned to each guest room. The Belmond Cap Juluca is comprised of 24 villas that house the 108 guest rooms. So basically, a villa host is a more relaxed term for a butler. So we're not crazy about that word. We do have an on-site sales team that does not include me, but our event staff is located at the resort. And then the Travel and Leisure voted the #1 island in the Caribbean, Bahamas, and Bermuda for 4 consecutive years. So everybody get ready. We're getting on the ferry and we're heading over to Belmond La Samanna. And we will fill up your champagne glasses before departure. So Belmond La Samanna is an iconic resort that has been kind of the grand dame of St. Martin, if you will, located on the French side of the island. It's been there since the 70s and has hosted everyone from the Kennedys to Barbara Walters to the Rolling Stones. You name it, they've been. It was just the recipient of a $42 million refresh that was completed this past December before we opened. And this is the sense of arrival when you pull up to Belmond La Samanna, and it's probably the most photographed shot on the island. This is an aerial picture from the Orleans suite. Belmond La Samanna is 83 guest rooms and suites, and it's in a private gated community, and also every single guest room and suite is ocean view. Wining and dining at Belmond La Samanna consists of my favorite spot here, which is La Plage, which means the beach in French. And this really depicts so well what the refresh looks like. It's all about the beach chic with the colors of the ocean and the shells flowing through the resort. The reason I'm going to show this again, this is what Belmond La Samanna La Plage looks like during the day. This is at night for a banquet. So something unique about this resort, regardless of the size of the group, you can privatize any restaurant that you wish and use it for banquets. So this is Corral, which is where we serve breakfast each morning. It's poolside, but also you have views of the ocean. And because this is open for breakfast only, you can use it for evening receptions and dinners as well. And this is L'Ourson, which means sea urchin in French. And this is our fine dining restaurant open for dinner only. So this can be used for group breakfasts and other group events as well. And if you see this wooden deck here, if you carry through this deck and go around the corner, that is where La Cave is. This is our wine cellar, which houses 12,000 bottles of wine and is the largest wine cellar in the Caribbean. It's nestled into the cliff. It was built by Mr. Frankel, who built the resort back in the 70s, and he was a Bordeaux lover. And so as a result of his habit, we inherited this spectacular venue. We can accommodate dinner for 14, or around the corner from this picture, we can do cocktails for 30. Accommodations at Belmond La Samanna. The 83 guest rooms are comprised of 27 deluxe rooms, as you see here, and the remaining 56 rooms are suites, 1 and 2 bedroom suites. Every room has a view of the ocean. This picture is an aerial shot of our villas. So in addition to the 83 guest rooms, we feature 4 5,000 square foot villas. These villas, 2 of them are 3 bedrooms, 2 of them are 4 bedrooms, but they're all 5,000 square feet. They're extraordinary. What they're great for is a final night farewell event for a program, because you're overlooking a cliff. It gives you a completely different feel of the resort, and you feel like you're having a group dinner in a private home, but you never left the resort. And we cater everything, and you can have dance floors, bands, etc. And it is just magnificent. And these are in addition to the 83 guest rooms. Experiences in St. Martin. St. Martin has a really unique heritage. The groups discover an island packed with adventure, history, world-class gastronomy, a thriving art scene, and one of the Caribbean's most unique destinations. What makes it so unique is it is the only island in the Caribbean that has 2 separate countries and 2 cultures. One side of the island is Dutch and the other is French, and you can enjoy both of those during your stay. Within our walls at Belmond La Samanna, we have tennis, we have the most spectacular water sports concession, having motorized and non-motorized water sports, from kayaks to stand-up paddleboards, to jet skis, to banana boats. We have a world-class spa. We have our amazing beach cabanas, which is where Carol and I were trying to relocate to spend weeks there. And then on the island, you have a great array of adventurous activities. One of my favorites is the America's Cup Sailing Regatta. It's kind of a bucket list excursion for groups to say they can have sailed on an America's Cup vessel, and you can do a group activity where we actually place their jerseys in the room the night before, and they are broken up into teams, and it's quite fun. Lottery Farm, of which a picture is on the bottom left, where there's zip lining and hiking and bicycling and golf. There's also casinos and world-class shopping in Phillipsburg, and a fantastic art scene, as well as great nightlife. Things to remember about Belmond La Samanna: it's the most luxurious full-service resort in St. Martin, with the most exclusive beach on Bylong Bay. All event space is open air with ocean views. And again, Belmond also hosts 1 group at a time, regardless of the size. 3 dining options for 83 guest rooms. It's also available for buyouts. All ocean view rooms with spacious furnished terrace, and outstanding airlift from all key US cities, as well as Paris and Amsterdam. And it would be remiss of me not to chat about the beloved COVID-19. I'll just touch on these bullet points. Belmond protects pre-opening cleaning, robust cleaning practices, easy and safe check-in, plentiful food and beverage options, decadent pool spaces, in-room spa services. Our guests are safe and our staff members are safe. The link below offers you a space to go to dive deeper into this. You can also visit belmond.com/legal/coronavirus. We have, it will be my pleasure to send this PowerPoint to those of you, to everyone that participated on the call, and I will include the link to this as well. We have a 22-page document on our standards and everything from the check-in process to our staff's procedures. And it's quite interesting to see how we are implementing what's required, but doing it at the highest level of luxury so as not to take away from the experience of what Belmond means. I think it's really quite special. And I don't know if everyone's aware, in April of 2019, Belmond was acquired by Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. So that is the owner of the brand. And it's a very small brand with 48 products from hotels, trains, safaris, and river cruises. So let me share with you my team, of which I'm most proud of. This picture outlines our general manager, Eleanor, who's at La Samanna, Tiago Sarmento, who is at Cap Juluca. Daniel Pasquale is our leader. He oversees the sales team. And myself as the area director for groups. And then my counterpart, April, is based in Jersey, and she handles basically from Ohio West. And then John and Thomas spearhead our leisure team. And that's it. And this picture, I just want to point out, is a real photo that was taken by one of our guests. And you notice the double rainbows, and the literal translation of the word Cap Juluca means rainbow god. And it was named by the Arawak Indians, which were the original settlers of Anguilla, and discovered the property. And that's it. Questions?
Beautiful.
Wow, Jen. Wow, wow.
This concludes your trip. Please put your seat in the upright position.
Are both of the properties open, Janet?
Oh, hi, Donna. So that's a great question. And for that, I should give you a bonus prize because I failed to mention both resorts have a seasonal closing annually. Belmond Cap Juluca closes every year for the months of September and October. And La Samanna closes seasonally for the months of August, September, and October. Both resorts, because of our current climate, are closed. So La Samanna will be opening November 2nd, and Cap Juluca will be opening October 23rd. And groups are arriving the day they open. So yes, we are opening, no matter what. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, we've had some questions in the chat box while we've been taking this wonderful trip. And the first is, Christine wants to know, what is an aqua driving range?
That's a great question. It's a driving range that they built at the front of the resort overlooking the water. So, and really you're basically hitting your golf balls in the water. You don't think you're gonna, but that's really what you do. Mm-hmm. So waterfront driving range.
Okay. Like you said, everything has a view of the water.
Everything. Your outfit is so great.
And Josh wants to know, and he wrote, are US people allowed in? And I assume he doesn't mean are us people allowed in.
Yeah, the United States, that's a great question because we do not have a lot of fans around the world right now. They have August 1st. At first, the flights were supposed to start into St. Martin July 1st. Then it became July 15th. Then it became August 1st. So Josh, are you asking, are US citizens allowed into St. Martin or Anguilla? Can you be more specific? It sounds like a game show.
Either one or both.
So flights will start into St. Martin in August. Anguilla they made the decision on Sunday to not allow US travelers until October. Just because they have 0 cases of COVID and they are protecting themselves at any cost to keep it that way. And basically they're saying no one can come in until the resort's open for season, which is the end of October. So however, if you want to fly out to Europe or Canada, you can, but US citizens, the borders are closed until October in Anguilla.
Okay. Katie would like to know, does the food truck cater events? That is so cool, she said.
Yeah, the food truck is phenomenal. We could, absolutely, in the evening. The food truck does not roll. It is buried in the sand. So yes, we can absolutely at night for receptions based on the size of the group. You know, we couldn't do 200 people, but we could probably do 60 with heavy hors d'oeuvres limited.
Where did you say that food truck is located?
The food truck is at the Cap Shack, which is at the far end of the resort, the Cap Shack Beach Shack. And it's like mahi tacos. The food is to die for. People come from far. That's the one restaurant we actually allow locals and people from other resorts to come to during the day. They have to have a minimum spend. And it's packed all the time because of the fish tacos. Yeah, it's quite popular.
Do you have a favorite location from these properties? Is there like a go-to place?
Everybody asks me that. So here's my story. At first I thought, well, it's like saying you have a favorite child, because let's be honest, everybody really does have a favorite child. So yeah, and my mom visited me last week and she told me I was her favorite, which I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm gonna go with it. So that's not the case. For me, it is like saying you have, you know, at one time in our life, we had 2 parents, mom and a dad. They're different. I can't pick a favorite because they're so vastly different. When I go to Belmond La Samanna, when you pass through the gates, because I'm a type A person, I'm wound up and I've never had a cup of coffee in my life. I'm just electrified all the time. When I go through those gates, everything stops, everything slows down. You feel like you are in a French seaside village with its enchanted gardens and the most beautiful beaches in the world. And the food is French. So, you know, usually we push the bread basket away. Girl, you eat all the bread and all the butter because it's French. And the food, it's just to die for. So the energy there is very tranquil. And you really don't know or care what's happening in St. Martin because you're like, why would I ever leave this place? But there's a bustling community full of amazing things. At Cap Juluca, it is criminally luxurious, but it has a different energy. It's I don't want to say glamorous because it's not. It's just your mouth is constantly on the floor because you're stunned at every turn with the attention to detail and the architecture and the design and the beaches and the people watching, and it's phenomenal. So I can't pick a favorite, and I'm not really good at lying. So that's my take. Carol, what would you say? And Kay, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
You've been.
I've been so fortunate. I'm a lucky girl. I've been to La Samanna quite a few times, but only once to Cap Juluca, and I love both of them. As you said, the Frenchness of La Samanna and the enticement of the incredible food, like every pat of butter, I believe, is important.
Right, you just rub it on you.
You do. But Cap Juluca, I think the thing that stuck with me the most actually was the staff and the huge smiles that you were greeted with everywhere, and these charming greetings, as well as the way that, and I think for those of you who got a reminder, I made a boo-boo. I somehow sent my reminder before I finished writing it. But there's a picture there of this a service person who is bringing us our Veuve Clicquot or whatever champagne Janet needs to get through the day. And was he on a Segway scooter?
Segway. Yeah. That's
so memorable. It's just
Yeah,
one experience after another.
I think so the French are more reserved. You know, they are more reserved. So in Anguilla, it's the British West Indies, and they are, the staff at the resort is legendary. So this hotel opened in 1988 by a family that had no idea what they were doing. They built a restaurant, Pim's, and Pim's became so famous and so popular, people would come over by boat and have a meal there, and they would get intoxicated and they needed a place to sleep. So the family built a villa, and then they built another one and another one, and this hotel was born, but they knew how to make food. They didn't know how to make beds. So this Cap Juluca was legendary, famous, but the place was falling apart. And they never made a profit because they didn't know how to operate a hotel. But there were two reasons why it was so famous. One is the beach, and two, the staff. So the staff members were called Julucans. And we actually have staff, Verna being one of them, that have been there for 30 years, literally. And this one guy, they call him Casa, that's not his name. He is so famous as a beach attendant that when the clients, we have high net worth individual clients that fly to the resort and will only take a room where they know that Casa is going to be their beach attendant. It's that they're serious about it. And he had a health issue several years ago, and one of our clients flew him on their private jet to the Mayo Clinic to have a surgery because their staff is coveted. And they do, their smile is this big, and they're so sincere, and they do things for our customers that is above and beyond, and they do it from love, whether it's someone wanting a certain kind of milk or seashells or anything. They do things on their days off, and the Julucans are very special. And I just say my goal is one day to be a real Julucan. I've only been there 2 years, so I don't quite qualify. But you know, the staff to guest ratio at both resorts is very high. With Belmond, Cap Juluca, with 108 guest rooms, we have nearly 400 staff members. So
Cap Juluca, I can say it's just one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been in the world. I can't really speak to La Samanna because I was there pre-renovation, I think, and right in the middle of it, and wasn't there as long. I was at Cap Juluca on a pre-trip, with a pre-planning trip, and then again with a group. And the service is just extraordinary. And we were, my husband actually went with me on the pre-trip planning trip, and I think he invited all of our friends that we made there, our staff members that we met there, all to our home here in Atlanta. Whenever you're in Atlanta, please look us up. He was handing out business cards because we just felt like we were part of the family. So I can certainly attest to that. And it's just the accommodations and the beach are just beyond words.
Spectacular. And it's, you know, for me as the salesperson, and I sell from my heart. I've been in the industry for almost 30 years, and I'm remote. So when I'm arranging for a site inspection or for Kay or my clients to go down there, I'm doing all this remote. And I can't, for you as meeting planners to know that here I am, okay, I know, and I'm just going to use hypotheticals. Kay loves barbecue potato chips, and she likes Fritos, and she likes, you know, Mad Dog 2020, whatever it is. I'm relaying all this information to him and curating these experiences. She's going to come home from dinner at 9 o'clock. She's traveled all day. I want you guys to prepare a bubble bath for her. I want you to have I do all of these things, and I get zero resistance. The whole entire team is so involved and so excited to curate this for me. We all know how hard it is to plan stuff like that because you do it for your clients. And it is such a relief and such a passion project that, you know, as I say, all I have to do is get my customer there and it all unfolds perfectly. I go to sleep at night in full peace, not wondering, oh God, what's happening?
I can also say that Janet is one of the best salespeople I've ever worked with, and I've been doing this a long time. But thank you, Janet.
Yeah, thank you.
That's lovely. Janet, we have a couple of more questions for you. And then we're going to switch to our trivia and our gifts and things like that. And these questions have to do with your water activities. Carol wants you to describe the night kayaking And Amy wants to know, is there diving or snorkeling available?
There's diving and snorkeling available on both islands, yes. So something important to know, in Anguilla, jet skis are not permitted anywhere. It's protected. At Belmond Cap Juluca, we have a water sports concession there, and Elvis is my favorite staff member there. He actually used to be a captain, and he's worked with us for many years. There is stand-up paddleboards, there's kayaks, there's snorkel equipment, rafts, noodles, anything that's non-motorized, we have it. Night kayaking. I discovered this attraction just snooping around one night. I'm like, okay, I have clients coming. I'm going to be their host for 3 days. What do we do? And for me, I grew up in Key West. I'm an island child. I've always worked in high-end luxury resorts in the Caribbean. To me, a snore is a sunset sail. Like, I will never take you on that because everybody's done it. So I was looking for something unique. I found this night kayaking. And I said, I'm doing this. This looks so cool. And so I signed us up and off we went. And it was the first time I'd done it. And I took Carol and her guest. And it's at the furthest point of Anguilla, and it's Long Bay. And this young entrepreneurial girl was in Dubai, right, Carol? She was in Dubai, and she saw these acrylic kayaks, and she lights them with these LED lights at the bottom. And it's funny, I was going to include a picture in the slideshow, but it was too
but I look too giantly fat in the picture. So
no, it was too grainy. It just came out poorly. But you can just, it's night kayaking in Anguilla. You can Google it. So it's kayaks for two, and the bottom is lit with these green LED lights. So it's like a glass bottom boat. And she gives you a chamois, and everybody puts their life vests on, and you go kayak, and it's pitch black out there, and off you go. And she gives you a chamois in case you need to like wipe the window so you can see, but they have needle guards that things can jump and fly out, and the needle guards just jump in the boat, and more than anything, they're harmless. It scares the living tar out of you. We had a great time, but you can see turtles, and you see stingrays, and you see everything in the, because they're attracted to the light. And it's 1 hour. It's not a high energy, you know, it's very passive activity, and it's magnificent. It's beautiful. And you're the only ones out there at night. Yeah. It was heaven. And I've done it one other time with a client. It's magic.
How many can she take? Do you know, Janet?
Because she always goes with you. She takes it. And of course, when we got back, Carol knew her entire CV. She knew everything about this girl. But she's a young, smart, entrepreneurial girl. I think 6. She takes 6 at a time.
Small excursion that's voluntary. Oh, somebody's got it up there. Ryan, good job. I hope that's not the one.
There it is. Yes.
But no, it's cool. There it is. It's so dark.
We had such a good time.
Crazy.
And she can do 2 or 3. Like you could do, because it's only an hour, like 6, 8 o'clock. Yeah. Right. So you could get a good amount of people out. Yeah, it's really special.
Thank you, Ryan, for pulling that up as your backdrop.
Yes, Ryan wins.
Ryan, good job. You get extra credit for that one. Good job.
All right. So now we're going to announce the first 5 people to log in at 3:55. Carol, do you want to make those announcements?
Yeah, sure do. I think this week that we decided that we would give a beach book, because you can't go to the beach without your bain de soleil and your beach read. So we're sending an Amazon gift card to Kathy West, Evan Geekus, Josh Brown, Lynn Willison, and EJ Evans. Those 5 of you, if I have your email address, send you a virtual Amazon gift card. I want you to buy a beach book with it. Tell me what it is. Give me a beach review. We'll continue that promotion later. I also want to remind everyone of all of you beautiful beach bunnies, please, please, please send me your picture. We're going to post tomorrow on our Facebook page. We want to see lots of smiley, beachy faces. Please be so kind as help us out with that. Send it to me and I'll make sure it's up there.
Beachy faces.
Beachy faces, yeah. I have a spray tan myself today.
Yeah. All right.
Cute hat, Carly Bergeron, just cute. Amy
James, let me
Green.
ask you this. I know that you have not been looking at the chat box, but if you would actually turn on your chat right now to do the trivia, and then that way, because I don't know your answers, so if you will turn on your chat box, we're going to ask those questions, and then you can determine who answers first. Does that work?
Okay. Yes, and I would like to share a beach read to recommend to you all. That is a phenomenal book, and I mentioned to you Melinda Blanchard, who is the proprietor of Blanchard's, which is the most famous restaurant in Anguilla. She wrote a book called A Trip to the Beach, and it's on. I bought mine on Amazon. I could have probably scooped it for free from the restaurant, but I wanted to support her. A Trip to the Beach by Melinda Blanchard. It will blow your mind. It's all about Anguilla and how they checked out of society in, I think, Vermont, and moved to the beach in Anguilla, opened a restaurant, all the hurricanes and everything they've been through. And it's such a good book. Trip to the Beach, Melinda Blanchard. Okay, so you want me to type, you want me to type my questions in there or just tell them?
If you'll just open the chat box so you can read the answers, and then you ask the question.
I'll ask the question and see who answers first. Okay.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're giving away a new car. Kidding. So first question, I'm a trickster. First question is, oh, did I tell you this? Uh-oh.
You did. I can tell you.
I'm pretty sure I did.
You told us so. That's right. I don't know if you told us.
I did.
Okay.
How many minutes is the sea shuttle / ferry ride from St. Martin to Anguilla? Dude, slow down. First responder, damn.
I think that's D.
Gauss and Christine Johnson. Love it.
Wow. Okay. Look at all those people. What are you giving them, Janet? You didn't tell
I
us.
am giving them, because you know, at Belmond, we only drink champagne. I'm giving them a bottle of Laurent Perrier Brut champagne. That's how we brush our teeth at Belmond. Question number 2, this is a 2-part question, and you have to get both parts correct in order to win a bottle of Laurent Perrier champagne. Brut, not the rosé. How many guest rooms are ocean view at Belmond Cap Juluca? Okay, whoa. Sam, so the first 2 to answer was Sam Bisbee. Wait, I'm blind. And if I put my Sam Bixby and Emily Evans. And then the second part of the question is, how many guest rooms are ocean view at Belmond La Samanna?
All is not correct.
Yes, it is.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
You got a lot of winners then.
Yeah. Well, the first 2. Okay. So, yeah, Sam and Emily.
Sam and EJ. Okay.
Josh. Come on, Josh. Yeah, I'm impressed.
You guys paid attention. Well done.
Yeah, you guys, like, this is unheard of. Yeah, I would love to send you all champagne.
We would too.
I can't do Uncle Belmond. He's robust pockets, but I have,
You have a budget.
See me, we will have champagne.
Okay, so are you going to choose?
You need an invitation. You just need a reservation. Okay. Any other questions for me?
Do you know who you're sending that champagne to and how to reach them?
No, you're going to help me with that.
Okay, Whitney can tell by, is there a timestamp on these answers?
Yes, there is.
It was Sam, yeah.
It was D and Christine for the first one, and Sam Bixby and EJ for the second question. Okay. So
Sam, EJ, Christine, please make sure, and whoever else, D, just
home address.
Your home address needs to go to either Whitney or Janet. Whitney can get it to Janet, but please.
Yeah, and I'm janet.wilbur@belmond.com. Easy. And I just got a bunch of Joe Malone candles from Saks Fifth Avenue, and I'm saved all the stuffing in it so I could send the champagne. Right? I thought that was pretty smart.
Pony up some candles too. No?
All right. And our last but very not least, and what we've been, we are so grateful for this lady on our calls each week. Kelly McAllister with Maui Jim is our partner of how many years now? Since
15 years. Yeah.
And Kelly is our final presenter today. She will be telling us who won the all-in costume contest.
Who was the most in this week, Kelly? What do you think? You're muted.
I don't know.
She's muted. Her lips are moving, but there's no sound. There she is.
Kelly, she's dark. There she is.
Just wait a minute.
Hold, please.
She's thinking. You guys have challenged
That
her.
Amy Green's hat's quite special.
It is. Everybody. Connie Bergeron's hat is special.
Connie Bergeron is special. I haven't seen you in forever.
Kathy West has the fragrance app. We very seldom get the sense of smell involved in these things, but yeah.
I can't hear you, Kelly.
Maybe she can tell us by chat.
She can type it. Type it in.
You can type it in the chat box.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her mute button's not on. That's so
I know,
weird.
it's very weird.
Oh, there you are. We can hear you now.
How bizarre. I didn't do a thing. Okay.
I don't know what you said.
I was just complaining about Zoom. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, it heard you and it just shut you down right there.
I'll take it personally. Even though she's not wearing it right now, I thought that the more creative and outside the box was Marieke Immerton with her scuba gear, because
oh yes, that was awesome.
And did manage about half the call with scuba gear on. And I thought that was great. So she is our winner this week for Maui Jim sunglasses.
Stick that scuba gear back on, Marieke.
I took it off. I took it off. I'm dolphin watching now.
Take from your kayak.
So we can give you a round of applause.
That was
Thank you, Kelly.
That was a wonderful presentation. Thank you, everybody.
It was superior, so superb, divine, and fabulous.
Yeah, last December it was the December that we opened. I was there for like 17 days helping with pre-opening, and I had one day off, and it was Janet O'Clock, and I grabbed my toys and I drove my happy boop to my favorite beach, which is Meat Bay. And I got scooped by a wave and crashed and got a concussion. And these glasses, not this pair, but a pair just like it, that were also progressive lenses, and there's a comma in the price tag, were thrown. When I was thrown, I went head first and landed in the sand and had to go to the ER. It was bad. So there is a dolphin somewhere in the ocean swimming around with a pair of these glasses on.
Wait, there was a comma in the price tag?
Well, the progressive lenses are $700.
Oh wow.
Or $299.
You're right.
Kelly's gonna pick you up, except for the $700 part.
No. I have so many pair, and now no matter what they get, I have to go put the lenses in them. So, oh, thank you. Yeah, and so I had Mimi McDonald up and down the beach the next day going, Mimi, please see if there's a seahorse with my glasses. Maybe there's a fish, maybe, please. And I couldn't see.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, I don't like the concussion part. That doesn't sound good.
No, me
That's
either.
Awesome. Well, Janet, my confession is that tonight I'm going to try and brush my teeth with champagne.
I've been doing it for a long time. It's awesome.
Of course you have.
I first learned to do it when I was with St. Regis.
You guys crack me up. All right. Next week, we are going to, what are we going to do? We changed the topic. We've changed the theme. We're going to have Patricia Sahin back. We're calling this one Hidden Treasures, Hidden Gems and Secret Treasures. We're going to be doing a kind of a piratey conquistadores. We don't want to be politically incorrect, but we are going to discover some small, unique venues in Latin America, primarily in Colombia, but I believe there are a few other destinations in Latin America that have these super unique, small venues that you can buy out for groups. I've seen this presentation in some of the pictures. It's really lovely. You'll learn so much about Latin America and small resorts that you can safely take your groups to sooner rather than later. So please tune in, come back 4 o'clock, bring your special conquistador, hidden gems and secret treasures, outfits, theme, story.
And just a reminder that this Friday, we're still on hiatus
On
for our
vacation.
calls, but we will be kicking those off again in August.
We are. Anybody who has any ideas on topics?
Maybe
not. We're kind of out of ideas on that one, so.
You mean on the Friday call?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been off we had to use our vacation by September 1st.
Yeah.
So I decided that I would take every single Friday off until then. So that's why I'm MIA.
Yeah. Well, we decided to take a little break while we think of some new subject matter experts.
I'll think of something and if I come up with an idea, I'll send it.